So just excuse the hair because it's drying in twists. I just washed it before. But hi, I've not been on for ages. Still on my quest of the truth and all that, but I've just been quieter doing stuff. Which goes to say, I'm just coming on quickly because I'm doing my tea. Things gone bed, so I just thought I'd do this while tea's cooking. I've done everything around the house today, jobs and stuff. So, new mugs. I don't think you put tea in them because it burns your hands, so it's for water. These real copper hammered mugs, which I think are really pretty. It's supposed to have benefits if you drink out of copper. But I was going to show you what I've been using these for. What I'm thinking of using these for, and just some other little bits of rubbish that you throw out, but I'm reusing them. So, don't know which way to do it. Well, I've had some of these glass jars that have coconut oil in because I use a lot of coconut oil for cooking. I'm getting used to the taste because I'm a bit on coconut tasting things. I don't mind it. I use it as a makeup remover. I use it, you can do the oil pulling with your teeth and stuff if you do that, because people buy them, but you can use coconut oil. A face moisturiser, a body moisturiser, you can moisturise your cuticles with it. There's loads of things you can do with coconut. So I'm using the jars now for putting, it's only got a little bit in, some herbal teas and stuff, loose herbal teas, because I like little glass jars. I thought I might as well reuse them. I'm trying to be savvy and trying to be like reusing things as well, because we have a lot of stuff we chuck out. I can't remember where the lid is to this, but these were the coffee jars, Dow Egberts. So, where's my other one? Alright, this one I use for if I have any dried flowers or anything. This is rosemary, which smells gorgeous. And I have made like little pockets, to put on your bed, over your bed, like, sleepy, because it just smells nice, helps you sleep. But I use them for all sorts, but they are those sort of jars that if you actually brought these, because you can buy glass jars, they are dearer. So you might, if you like coffee, you might as well get the coffee and use the jars after. And they've got the suction lid. So when I find the lid to this one, been to a country park today, bought some bird feed, didn't use all of it. So everybody give me theirs back that they didn't use because the birds were not interested this time, the ducks and that. I thought, well, I'll store it in one of these. I've got some extra bird feed for my birds in the garden. So that came in handy. And, oh, by the way, the other day, I was in the garden. No, yesterday it was really hot. The day before, I looked out to the garden. I know I'd been in the shed. I know I'd locked the door and I went out. And I've heard about this anyway. But I looked at the garden shed at the bottom of the garden because the fences are really bad at the minute, but we're getting them fixed, new ones in. And I did think, someone could come in, they might want to go in the shed. I've got a garage, but there's nothing in the garage. It gets damp in there. So the lawnmower and stuff was in the shed. I looked out in the morning. Somebody had drilled the hinges off the shed. So never mind, it had a padlock on it to open it. But luckily nothing was taken, because if they took anything, they'd have to get it over the fence that's fell down. It's quite difficult to get over. They'd probably get caught, so they didn't, but I was aware that they might come back, so I had to lug everything in the conservatory, and my lawnmower's in the nail room now, which I'm not chuffed about, but it's staying there till we get the shed fixed, because it had a few tools and a few bits, but the main, biggest, dearest thing that was in there was my lawnmower, so I've got that out of there, and some other bits for the garden. That cost, a bit when you put them all together. So that happened the other day. So going on to gardening, been sowing some seeds with Finn because he loves doing that. He loves to help in the garden. So the other day I was thinking, I haven't got any little, when you get a tray of plants and they come in the little, I don't know, cell things, whatever they're called. So this is what I'm using my toilet roll for. So I thought, if I cut them in half and use these, because then obviously you can use these in compost, cardboard you can use in compost, because I'll talk about that in a minute. I cut them down, I put them in a plastic tray. I don't know if this works, I'm not a gardener, but hey ho, it's good to experiment, and you know me, I like to try stuff. So I put some gravel at the bottom just so the water can drain. I cut them down. I got Finn to put the dirt in and put seeds in. And today I was like, can't see anything growing. And Finn spotted it. I don't know if you can see a tiny little, seedlings come up. But I think there's 2 in there. Don't know if you can see the very, very tiny down there. And one in there. There's one in there as well. Very tiny. I can't remember what they are. I think the flowers, I don't know. But we'll just see how they go on. So I wasn't sure if it'd work, but it's working. So that's brilliant. So Finn's been spraying with this little bottle, spraying them because he keeps saying every morning, can I see my plants? Because he enjoys it. And I think that's good things for kids to do instead of watching the telly and being on games all the time, because I don't think it's good for them. I mean, it's hard in winter, but now, we're in spring and summer's coming up. It'll be nice to... He went in the garden yesterday, came back and be out all day with his cousin, and he was like, I had a great day, Mum. So if I can get him into planting stuff, I think that's good, because kids should be learning about all that sort of stuff as well. Nature and stuff is good. And then, I had a watering can in the garden, but it was plastic and it broke. And I thought, I'm not buying a new one at the minute. What I did last year with Finn was, because he likes helping, it was a little milk bottle, like the smaller ones are these, the tiny ones. And all I do is, because we don't have milk anymore, we're on almond milk and soy milk, but these were the last milk I had a milkman, but I've told him not to come. And they were like, oh, is everything been all right? I said, no, I just don't want cow's milk anymore. So I thought I'll reuse these, because I did this with Finn the other year and it was easy for him, a smaller one. He'll do it with the big one now, but I've just put holes in the top with this tool, but just anything that'll stab a hole in it. A few holes, just do it slowly or they'll split big holes and you don't want that. And then you just fill it with water, screw it on, and you can use it like a watering can. And he enjoyed doing it like that. Or even when he plays in his water play, you can always snip the top off and they can fill it through there, but it comes out that way. So you can use them for stuff like that. Cheap. Didn't need to buy a watering can. Probably get a big one for myself, but you can use them. These tins were like kids who, what are the tomato hoop sauce pasta tins. And I've seen people like glue them together like that, and then they'll put another one in the middle, and then they'll put like bits in, or you can spray paint them, or I was thinking you could drill holes in, you could spray paint them or whatever, or not. If I can get the glue off the back, you could put tea lights in and have them in the garden. Or what I'm going to use, I'll show you what I'm going to use them for. Well, I'll show you now actually. I'll show you now what I'm thinking of using them for. Is I had a little shelf, so I'll have to take it in the kitchen. I had a little shelf that used to be in the conservatory, and I took it down and thought I need to use it for something, but I don't know what. So in the kitchen, like I said, I can't wait for this to get painted. I've managed to hook this up just on the window on there, because I don't open this window anyway. So it was this little wire, shelf thing. So I thought, well, if I collect some of these next time Finn has some more, and I'll just put like 2 or 3 along there, 3 along there. I'm thinking of growing herbs for the kitchen or whatever, or something in there, even if it's succulent, something there. I thought they'll come handy because they're a nice little size, they fit in, I don't need to buy any, so I thought that was good. And because I've been watching quite a few gardening programmes at the minute, because I'm quite into them, and they're quite girls younger than me, and they've got allotments, and one of my friends got an allotment actually I used to work with. I know it's hard work and stuff, growing veg and stuff like this, and I don't know anything about it, but I've really enjoyed watching their videos and getting salad and stuff, and obviously because I'm more plant-based now, that would be good for me. So I'm looking into sorting my garden out slowly, getting a little bit done more this year because my garden's a decent size and I just want to enjoy it, and I want it to be pretty, and I want to grow some veg and stuff in it if I can. Everything's about learning anyway, some things might not grow, some things will, but if I don't do it, I won't know. So, from Finn doing his little plants, I decided to, I had some strawberries the other day and I was thinking, I wonder if you can get strawberries out of, obviously your strawberries because the seeds are on the outside. And I saw someone doing it, and I'm going to test a few different ways, and people might say, oh, that don't work, this don't work. Well, I'm just going to test it and see, but on here are some strawberry seeds that I dried off from a strawberry, and someone did it in a Ziploc bag on wet kitchen paper and they started sprouting. Someone did it another way, and I've seen a few different ways, so I'm going to test a few out and put them in the conservatory where it's warmer, starting to warm up in there, and just see what happens, because if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But if I don't try, you don't know. And that goes to the same when I've said about crafting. People say, oh my God, you're multi-talented, you know, you can make jewellery, you know, I've made all these on here, you can make, you can do this, you can paint. At the minute, I'm like, got one of these the other day, and I've only been doing a bit each night, because like I said, I don't watch a lot of telly. I watch YouTube, but I don't watch a lot of telly. I've done a bit each night, and this is the first time I've ever done cross stitch because I find it quite relaxing. You won't know what it is, but it is actually going to be, and I'm quite chuffed. I've only got that far because I've just done a little bit every night because of eye strain, like when it's darker. And it's quite relaxing. I like trying different things, as you know. I used to hate it about myself, thinking, God, I can't stick to one thing, but now I love it about myself because that is what I'm like. I flip for one thing. I'm very creative. Creative people like doing lots of creative things. The more different things you do, and I've also said you can't say you can't do anything. If you don't try it, you won't know, and you've got to put a little bit of effort into it. But it's going to be, it was only a cheap one because I wanted to try it. It's going to be a peacock. So I've managed to do, I'm on this bit here, sort of thing. So I'm on his head, done this bit, and doing his head next. But yeah, quite enjoying it because I've never done cross stitch before. I've done bits of knitting. That's the thing I want to get into again because I'll just go to charity shopping. I had a big needles, and I've lost one. But I know you can get them from charity shops. So what's the point in buying them when you can get them dead cheap? So because that's the thing, I'll look into summer for winter for knitting scarves and stuff. But going back to plants and gardening, Rosemary, if you're watching this, she sent me some seeds, I think it was last year, and I thought, oh yeah, and they were actually the seeds that you sent me, and I can't remember what they are, but I'm getting the other ones out now. If it's nice this weekend, I'm going to start sewing some stuff because they need doing now. If they don't come out, they don't come out, but I'm going to try. But this was a box. I've had many stuff in it, but it was my nana's, and I loved my nana, and I thought, it's got flowers on it. This is where I'm keeping my seed packets, and the other one that Rosemary kindly sent me last year. So I'm looking at that, and funnily enough, I was going to go and buy some of these and actually realised I had some sweet sultan mixed, I think, whatever they're called, but they are pretty. So that's what I'm using this for now. And I've also just realised for gardening, because people, you can go out and buy things, but this was a punnet of strawberries. I'm going to use this to put compost in and sow some stuff in there and see if that works, because you can use all sorts. I'm collecting these now to cut them down to make some more tubes, because obviously it works because they're growing. And then I've just had, it was like chips, because the kids have just had chips and chicken nuggets. They wanted something quick, easy, in little paper bags, and it's not brilliant, but it was an origami square basket that I only learnt to do about half an hour ago, and I had a quick go and it worked, and I thought, brilliant, because if they have anything like that, you know, chips and that taste nicer in newspaper. They just enjoyed it because it was a bit quirky. And I thought, if we're ever outside and we've just got fruit or something that obviously is not wet, I can make these up from newspaper, because you always have newspaper in, and then I can chuck them in the bin after. But then again, because I wanted to do gardening, I've been looking at composting when you use your paper, newspaper, I can use it for that. So I'm not cleaning my pots, and I'm using it, you know, especially when in the garden and stuff, they can just have, I can make little paper packets, put crisps in and whatever, and then screw them up, do what you want with them. So I'm on the origami now as well. And then this tray was a tray of, it sounds a bit weird, a tray of chips, fries, whatever you want to call it for the Americans that watch. It was just a bag of like 6 lots of chips in little bags in this tray, and I thought, well, that's a brilliant tray, because that is something like you buy for potting, maybe with holes in and stuff. But I thought, I'm going to start saving a few bits of plastic, and I'll have to keep them in a little box in the shed or something, because my mum will be like, why are you saving all them? Like, because I'm saving my pennies, mum, and I don't have to buy stuff when you've actually got stuff that you have that you chuck out all the time. And I want to make my own compost as well, because I'm thinking, you give your food away in a recycling bin. What do they do with it? Do they recycle it all down and then make it into compost and then sell it? I'd rather make my own. So I'm looking into that. And the thing is, I don't need anyone to say, because people say, oh, it's hard doing that, or it's hard doing this, or you might find it hard growing veg or whatever. Well, I want to give it a go, because that's what I like doing, giving things a go, and then I'll know. But it's just something I think could be brilliant. Because my garden's quite a decent sized garden, I could have veg in some parts of it and then flowers and stuff, and I just think it'd be nice, and it's something to do. Like I said, I don't watch a lot of telly. I like being outdoors when the weather's nice, and it's exercise as well, so can't really complain about that. And then also, I forgot, last year, I wasn't baking. Last year, I picked some wild flowers, and I came across this book and I was reading it, and I thought, why has it got paper sticking out of it? And I thought, oh yeah, because you don't need to buy a flower press, you just use a big book. I put brown paper and put the flowers in between, and then put loads of other books on top. So I'm going to use this to create something like a picture and put it in a frame. Like they do, the glass frames are really nice. And I'll show you some of the flowers, because I forgot about them. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about them. Let me see if I can find some. Like this silly thing. Look how flat it is. So there's that, and that's kept the colour as well. And then there was this, I just love how thin they are. They're really delicate. And then these little flat leaves. And then what else was there? There was, let me find some more. And I enjoyed it, so I'm going to do it again, because I could make something out of these. Not that one. What's the other one? I think I've got 2 books somewhere, so I've got quite a lot with different flowers in. All these little things, because they were really cute. They're sort of like bluebell things or something. But I thought, you know, maybe me, I could draw a fairy and use the flowers on the picture, like a flower fairy. I don't know. I've just got a couple of ideas. Or I've made homemade paper before. I normally do it in summer because it's easy to make in summer with flowers in it. I could put those flowers in my homemade paper. I could make the paper into cards, birthday cards. There's so much you can do, and my creative mind's always going. That's why I don't watch a lot of TV, because it doesn't really interest me anymore. I'd rather be doing something productive than just sitting there. Though I do sit there and watch things on YouTube, but it's mostly about learning stuff as well. There's little leaves, there's little really flat rose petals. I've got some curly ones somewhere, but I don't know where they are. Where are they? Oh, here. They might be here. I've got a couple of books. I don't know if it's a Jamie Oliver book. I don't know. From ages ago. Let me see. Not that one. Maybe it's this one. This was an old book from the charity shop, but I just used it for pressing flowers because it has got tabs in it, so you can use the tabs to flip over. Let me see. Did I use this one? There's like curly flowers in it. They were really cute, but I don't know. Look at these. These are gorgeous. Look how delicate these are. And people put these in like glass. They're like glass frames, obviously, on either side. You don't have a background in it, so you can make little pictures up. But they're just, I forgot. I just found them and thought, oh my god, yeah, I remember that from last year. How quick's that gone? From last year. You know, look at these. These are so cute. Right, so these are those flowers again. Show you. So you don't need anything apart from some paper and some really heavy books that you can get from the charity shop. But there's those, and then I just love this one. Look at this curly vine. Just really pretty. I've also been watching something, I can't remember your name, so I'm sorry I'm going to get it wrong, and I will have to find the name out. Cozy Corner Poetry or something. She'll know who she is, and I'll have to get her name right next time I come on and I'll say it properly. But a lady who reads poetry out, and it's beautiful, and she's got a lovely reading voice, and she looks like a goddess in everything she's in. I'm a creative person, so when I come across creativity, doesn't matter, it could be poetry. I have done poetry in the past. I might start doing some in summer. Gets your brain going. You don't have to stick to one creative thing. You can stick to loads, and don't say you can't do it, because you can. Gardening, I'm really looking forward to gardening. I've been doing a bit of tidying up this week. Yesterday when it was sunny, it was really nice, and I just want to get my fingers dirty and get in there and start gardening. So I just wanted to come and say hi. I've not disappeared, I've just been busy doing some bits. And this is one of my favourite orchids, funnily enough, the one with the stone on. Oh, which reminds me, this one died back a bit, and I cut it, but don't just think, oh, it's died because it looks like that. It's got a little charm on it, because here you can see a little bud, so that is going to sprout again and it'll have flowers again. But I forgot to tell you, look what I found today. I actually found 2 of these today, but I left one alone where it was for someone else to find. Now, when I've gone on about positive message dropping with letters, I wanted to do the pebbles, but I've not got around to collecting any pebbles, so Finn can paint them. Might be a summer holiday thing, I don't know yet, and we can write on them for people to find. Went to the country park today, and Finn was like, oh, look over there. And I thought it was a ball, and I was like, oh, what's that? I can't believe I found someone's pebble, and it's palm trees. Someone's drawn that, and then on the back, they've written on it, it says, anyone knows this person, because this is round near me, so Lily H, and I think it says Danebank Rocks. That's where my sister lives, actually. I don't know if it was an Easter thing someone was doing, but we found another one, but I left that there for someone to find. But I had to bring it home, as I thought, that's what I was talking about. I've actually found one off somebody. So if anybody knows anyone called Lily H from Danebank, then I found one of your rocks, and I will keep it. I left the other one there just because I do go on about positive message dropping. You can do it in note form. You can paint on pebbles. I don't know if this is actually, looks like Sharpie marker, I think. So you can use, and it's a really nice pebble as well. So, because we went for a nature walk today, and it was really good. We were climbing on tree stumps and went in a garden, and got a bit tired on the way home. But I was so glad that I talk about this, and I've actually found somebody's. So I was just like, yay! So that was really good. But that is definitely an activity I'll definitely do when I get some pebbly things, stones, even if you find them. Smooth ones, because obviously you don't want to be painting on a jagged rock. It isn't really going to work, but it's a good thing for your kids to do in the holidays now. If you've got any, or coming up to the summer holidays and you're looking for quite a few activities to do, there's one of them. Because Finn could just paint whatever on it, and then I could write on it. He could just make them look colourful. But I'm just dead glad that I found one, so I'll have to put it in one of my plant pots. But yeah, so I've not gone away, I've just been enjoying doing some stuff. So if I start coming back with a bit more planting things, then that's just what I'll be doing, because you know me, I just swap and change. But that's me, that's how I am, and I like it because it keeps me, going with different stuff. Also, I forgot to say, I have put 2 of these outside, and I know Trevor did it, and I've got 2, and they are growing back, so I don't know if they live in obviously warmer climates. Well, they look like they're coming back, but I'm actually going to do some now for house plants, because I've just seen someone do it and they said house plants and they were quite big. So this time I'm going to grow some. I've done quite a few to see which grow the best, and then I'm going to have some house plants because I want the house, like last time I said, I do want the house full of flowers and plants, a bit hippified. I just want flowers and plants everywhere. I'm just loving it, and I'll grow my own as well. I'm doing the avocado thing again, because I eat avocados every day, and you can actually, it does take quite a few weeks. It does take a long time. You think nothing's happening, but you have to persevere with it. But I grew about 2 or 3 last year, and this is how you do it. And I might do a video on it again for people who don't know, show you what I do. But yeah, I'm going to see the best ones in, it might be about 8 weeks, so it is a long time, but free plants from what you're eating, so you can't really go wrong there if you want a little avocado tree. But I'm going to have them as house plants because I thought, don't have to buy any, just buy me avocados and I'll just grow my own, look after them. But I think that's all I wanted to say because I want to go and have my tea. So yeah, I'm planting origami, cross stitch, growing plants, gonna do some flower pictures or something, but that's enough to keep me busy. I'm just enjoying it. I'm still looking into things I've been talking about, but I'm also getting on with the positivity stuff and you know, and stuff like that. So I'll let you know if this one works. So when I get some more strawberries, I'll do it again, but I've got something else to put them in and I'll just see what happens. Like I said, if they don't work, they don't work. But if you don't try it, you won't know. People might not work for some people, but it might work for others. I guess it just depends. I don't know. So I'll see. So I'll see you all soon with some other little bits. Bye.